Greetings. It has been a little while since I've popped on here, but I think on the internet as a whole. And I wanted to invite you today for a little chit chat session um, because I want to talk about this de investment from the media and the de investment from being present online, which is kind of ironical that I'm doing a video about this that I'm going to post online, but I think it's really relevant right now, especially because I believe attention is our currency in this world. And where we put our attention, things grow and things flourish or don't, or they become, you know, intense because we obsess over it. Like attention is a spectrum. And yeah, I had been coming to like a dead end with social media. I've been deactivating and reactivating it for quite some time in my journey with social media ever since I got on it. And every time it felt like, okay, I feel this kind of sense of wanting to come back, and then I would enjoy it for a little bit. And this time, I just don't feel any pull at all towards these platforms. And I think the reason is that I don't see for me any healthy way of using them. Um, I don't feel like it is beneficial to my life. I don't feel like it is helpful for me to be on there. I don't feel like it is bringing something to my life that I don't already feel like I have. I don't feel like it's completing or helping me bring more creativity outside of like in from me, I mean. And yeah, this is just my personal journey with it, and I've been feeling also like the amount of time that we pour into these platforms is also the amount of time that we could pour into so many more other things. And I've been feeling that very strongly. So I was like, I have free will. Let me just, take that energy back and invest it into different things. And so far, it's been so beautiful the way that I can see the energy flow so much better in so many different areas of my life that were poured into these, for me, like from my personal opinion, lifeless places and worlds where we are sold that it is so full of connectivity, when in fact my experience with it was that every time I would leave these platforms and close them, I would feel so much more depleted, so much more drained. And yeah, and again, this is not a diss at the apps and every user out there, which is probably most people, because I've used these apps since I was a child, since I was a teenager, and they were so fulfilling to me. And now I'm feeling like, apart from just helping like small businesses and my friends and promoting like people who actually do work that I want to support, I don't care to be on there. And so, matter of fact, these people in these businesses, if I do know them, I'll support them directly in my own life, not through just likes and shares and stuff. But that's beside the point. Why I'm talking about this today is because I feel like so much creativity and potency comes back to us when we learn that these worlds are also ephemeral. These worlds that are created are also temporary. And everything is basically, everything changes constantly. And so why are we not coming back into our own awareness of our constant metamorphosis, of our constant change and evolution? Are we paying attention to our own life or to the lives of so many others and their own metamorphosis? Because for me, that was my experience of Instagram, is watching other people become so many different versions of themselves, and watching other people like interests and hobbies and what they're getting up to. And not only that, just like the evolution of their business. And it's just like, I felt like I felt like I was watching other people's movies all the time. And I was like, where's my movie? And I was creating a movie too. I was creating a movie. And I think it's a beautiful act of creativity too. Don't get me wrong. I think it has a play in the creative act of life. But for me, if I got stuck there too long, I felt like I was going to miss my own movie and my own creative act of living. And so, ever since drawing back that attention that I spent so much time on, I just felt a spark again. And I just felt like, okay, now I can actually act from a place of empowerment because I don't feel like my attention is on whatever's going on right there, that actually like this person might have lived like 2 weeks ago and now they're posting it, or 3 years ago and they're doing a throwback. Like, I don't even know what time and space these things are happening in, right? Like, I don't even know. It's not happening now, honey. Even if it was posted in the moment, it's already gone, and that is the whole life. And if we don't pay attention to what's here now, is what I'm saying, like bringing back the attention to the now, we're going to miss out on our whole now moment, and attention is going to be put like on other stuff, right? However, okay, stick with me. I know like it can be used healthily. I just don't see it right now in my current moment of experience where that can lead me. I see other places where I can be led to something so much more contributive to life. And maybe that comes from a privilege of not having to use it for a business or something. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I feel so much better. So, reporting from like just not using it, I feel so much better about myself, about life. And yeah, I'm still informed on all the other stuff that doesn't have to do with social media, that has to do with the world, that has to do with current events and news. Like, I don't need social media for that, you know? Um, so I think it's a good de-investment that I feel like I did. And I'm feeling so much more in resonance with living off platforms. And actually, I'm resonating with YouTube a lot. And I think I'm seeing a lot of creators come back to long form content, which I really enjoy, which I really, really love. And I think also we get to see and interact with people who can like be interested and curious to stay longer than just a little bit, to see your content for like a few seconds. It feels so much more intentional and like genuine when we connect on a longer format and not just a few words here and there, a few posts, a few pictures. And that is where I'm coming from with this whole de-investment, is because I want to connect on a deeper, more intentional, raw, vulnerable, and true place of connection, which for me is why connection happens elsewhere than the short attention span clicks. And we're all like victim to it in a way. Oh my gosh, so was I. That is why I stopped being on there, because I was like consuming my friends' content just like if they were strangers and like, what are they doing? Blah, 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 blah. Wow, that felt so out of character. Like, that's not how I want to connect, not just like quickly. I want to connect with time and deeply and stay in the moment and feel our feelings long enough so we circulate to them through them, you know? And social media doesn't teach us that. It teaches us the complete opposite, like feel a million feelings in a few seconds and get a dopamine hit from this, and then yeah. So been reflecting on the richness and slowness, and richness and patience, richness and longing and yearning and missing, the richness that we have when we take time to feel. And something that came through me when I was in Portugal was slowness will show you where love is needed. Because when you slow down to be with your experience, whatever arises asks for attention. And what asks for your attention is where you're supposed to pour more energy into, more attention, more focus. And this is where social media takes it all away from us. And it's not our fault. It's not, we're all in it. But to just take back that choice of staying with our own experiences instead of already in the morning, at night, in the middle of the day, like entering a relationship to something that we don't even control. It's algorithm based. Um, so, yeah, letting the moment arise from yourself, from your own cells, from your own experience in the moment um, feels, at least for me, feels so much more aligned to the moment. And during a day, we can feel so much. And I think with social media, everything is like expended, everything is expensive. It's like, okay, all of these things are going on. How do you feel about this? Like, whereas within a day, like, damn, I can only feel so much. I can only feel so many emotions and process them and integrate them over a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months. And it's like something, you know what? I feel like it's something too that we all know, but we know here. We don't understand like how much our bodies are experiencing in one day when we're like this. We're like this. This is what we do all day. I'm just like, body, how you feeling? How you feeling about all of these experiences being thrown at you? You know? We're being desensitized to the moment and to boredom. Boredom. Bring back boredom. Bring back staring at the ceiling. I do that exercise in cafes all the time. I'm just like, I'll stare at something for an hour. I don't care what people think of me because I'm like, yeah, that's what life is about. Boredom. I don't know what to do and I don't feel drawn to anything. Ooh, and then something arises within that moment because I've let myself do nothing. So here's to and cheers to the liminal spaces and the in betweens where we don't search for anything. We're just here and we don't look for anything. And for me, the investing from social media has brought me a lot of that. A lot of, whoa, it's empty, emptiness. There you go. If you see this, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you stayed through. I'm glad you're on for the ride. And I really wish that we can all receive, that we all deserve the love and attention and presence of staying long enough to really get to know each other and to really connect. Because this world and this life, we deserve to be seen in our wholeness and not just snippets of moments. We deserve to be seen in our complexities and not just snippets of our lives. We are much more than just a few moments. We are every moment glued together. And we exist in a continuum of space and time, not just a 2D experience. Mwah. Much love and gratitude. Bye.